Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, the first pitch with Barry Davis.
I would say probably about 6-7 months ago, we had my pal Andrew Nielsen on Out of the Park. And at that point, he had just finished doing a rappel down a building that he did for charity for Easter seals. And when he came on the show, of course, Andrew was unable to verbalize.
Right.
So he can't communicate
But he has
verbally.
that wicked computer.
He has his wicked computer, so he was able to type in and have responses. And one of them was a pretty serious challenge, calling me a few different names about not having the guts to actually do it myself. And he said...
Laid the smack down.
He said, Davis, you're doing this next year. Not those exact words, but that was the gist of it. And right away I said, yeah, I'm going to do it. Sure, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Then I thought to myself, who am I kidding? It's not necessarily heights that freak me out. It's edges. Like when I go on the subway, I'm the one that's standing against the wall until the train has come because I always have this fear of going over the edge. Even when I'm walking on the curb, it's like, oh, what if I fall over the curb and into the street? So the thought of rappelling down a 23-story building scared the crap out of me. But I figured, okay, I'm going to do it. And didn't think much of the fear of it in the months that followed. And then I said to myself, okay, well, I have ziplined in many places in the world.
Yeah.
Right? But for me, it was a different thing because I always felt creepy and standing on the edge, and I would pretty much close my eyes until I got off the podium. And then once I'm in the air, I'd open it up and I'd just enjoy the ride. But this was a little bit different. So when the day came, which was this past Thursday, I got there and I looked up to the top of the building and my heart started to race. I was freaking out. But I was going to do this. I was going to do this because I wanted to do this for Andrew more than anything else. And I needed to do it for myself to prove that I could, in fact, do it.
For sure. For sure.
Well, there was a bit of an issue. And unfortunately, this building, the elevator went to the 20th floor.
Okay.
That's it. To get to the 23rd floor in the roof,
there's 23 floors.
There were 3 flights of stairs. Well, as you know, Andrew is unable to climb stairs, and we thought about it, and the people that were working for Easter Seals were thinking, what can we do to help Andrew get up there? Could we carry him? Could we carry him in his chair? Do we try to find some plywood and build some kind of a ramp? And after racking their brains, they said, you know what, the safest thing to do would be, instead of him rappelling from the top of the building, would be to have him in his harness at the bottom of the building in his wheelchair and have guys up at the top on the roof pull him up the building. Now,
so he's making the trip twice.
Well, here's the thing. They recommend that for anyone to be in that kind of a harness for a certain length of time. After a certain amount of time, you can get blood clots and all that, so you don't want to be in a long time. Especially knowing Andrew's condition, they said, we're going to lift him as far as we can get him within 9 or 10 minutes. Then after that, we got to let him down. So now I'm at the top of the building. I'm all in gear. I'm waiting 45 minutes for all this to be decided. So, of course, I'm freaking out even more.
Yeah.
So now they said, okay, we're going to lift Andrew up. I now have to figure out when should I start going down, because what I want to do is, as I'm descending...
You want to meet him.
I want to meet Andrew and then go down with him together.
Right.
So I'm starting to descend. And first of all, and you'll see it in the video, I'm hanging off the edge. The guy's talking to me. I am not looking down at all, because if I look down...
You're done.
I'm done.
Yeah.
And there's a little method to it, and there was some training I took. So I'm going down. Everything's going good. And all of a sudden now, I feel like I've been doing this for 20 minutes, and I keep looking to my left, and where's Andrew? So I start yelling out to Andrew. And then all of a sudden, I can see him. And it was just an incredibly magical moment to see him there. And I looked over, and I could see the look on his face, and he was loving it. Unfortunately, by this time, I had nothing left in me, because it's such an adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot out of you cardio-wise, too. So by that time, I'm like...
You're spent.
I'm spent. I'm like, dude, I love you. I'll see you at the bottom. So I started going down. Now, there was one moment when I sat and I hung and I waited for him. And I thought, okay, I'm going to wait here. And after about 20 seconds, very briefly, the thought entered my mind, what if this harness breaks? And I tell you what, Matt, that few seconds of what if this harness breaks was one of the most terrifying moments of my life because it just hit me. If this harness breaks...
You're Hans Gruber in Die Hard.
I'm done.
You're Hans Gruber.
I'm done.
Yeah.
My life is over. So very quickly that thought got out of my mind.
Yeah.
And I
Let's
got
put that one away.
Yeah, and I managed to get myself down.
Well, good for you,
And
man.
I tell you, till the end of the night, I was high on adrenaline still.
Well, I came over to record, and you were still buzzing.
Still buzzing. And it was fantastic. My son was there, and to have him there support me was great.
That's awesome.
One of our loyal Out of the Park members, Sue, she was there.
That's awesome.
Just a wonderful woman she is, and she was there to support me, and that was really cool, and it was an experience like no other. And if Andrew wants to do this again next year, I'm in.